Hey guys, welcome back to the arena and to the new season. I've had a couple days off here, so very excited to get back into it. If you are new to my channel, thank you so much for stopping by. I really do appreciate you. And if you do end up liking my content, please consider subscribing and maybe sharing it with a friend of yours. And for all of my returning viewers, thank you guys so much again for coming back. I really appreciate your support. I do also want to let you know that the deck list will be in the description, both on moxfield.com and untapped.gg. And then in addition, I'll also have a link to several different playlists of mine if you want to see more of my videos. I also want to give a really big shout out and thank you to all of my members at all the levels of support. So for as little as $1.99 a month, if you'd like to help support my channel, you can get early access to my videos. And here's exactly how to do that. If you would like to become a member and help support my channel, you can do so. Just click on the join button right next to where it says subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. Or if you would like to just support my channel just on a one-time basis, you can also click the super thanks button here right on the, also right under the banner here for the video. So these are both great ways to support the channel. I really appreciate you guys, and I couldn't do this without you. So thank you guys so much again for your consideration. All right, let's get into some games. All right, let's have a look here. So today we're going to just be going on ladder, trying to grind a little bit. And I had a look here at some of the most recent successful decks. So just using the untapped.gg tool here, you can look at like decks here with 200 plus matches based on win rate. And so I picked the Boros Convoke deck here with a 64.1% win rate, over 250 matches, average game duration of 4.1 minutes. So really excited to try it out. Here is the list, and let's just kind of dive in. So first of all, I really like the 4-3 split of Case of the Gateway Express and War Leader's Call. Just sort of a nice way to sort of get you over the finish line, give you a little bit of removal to help deal with opposing aggro decks, and then also the War Leader's Call to give you another source, another axis to attack, control matchups just by damaging the opponent straight to the dome. So really happy to see that. For the creatures, we've got a full playset here of Imidane's Recruiter, which is kind of sort of the signature card for the deck, and then also a full playset of Knight Errant of Eos, so no surprises there. 2 copies of Sanguine Evangelist feels right. This way we have sort of, I think, about as stacked as we can get here on the 3+ drops. And I think, yeah, you don't really want to go too much over 13 for 3+ drops. And then we've got just 8 2 drops here with a Case of the Gateway Express and a full playset of Resolute Reinforcements. Some versions of this deck run some number of the Regal Bunnicorn, which can be really powerful too. I think with all the cases and the War Leader's Call, there's just not room for it in this particular list, but you could also try that out if you wanted to. We do have a singleton copy of Yoshin Frontliner, just as basically like the 9th artifact, just to make sure that you have enough targets for your Gleeful Demolition. And I do agree with this. I think it's nice to have sort of that extra target. You've got the full playset of Voldaren Epicure and Novice Inspector to make the tokens to give you targets for Gleeful Demolition. And having that 9th target here with Frontliner, especially because you can unearth it from the graveyard, I think is really a nice addition. And then you've got the full playset here of Warden of the Inner Sky. One notable thing to note for this deck, they're not running any copies of Lunarch Veteran, so this particular version is maybe tuned a little bit more against control, less against the mirror or aggro decks. And having that lifelink can be really, or not lifelink, but life gain can be super, super important. So that would be one possible consideration. For the land count, we have 22 land, which I feel is, yeah, it's about right. 21, 22 feels pretty good. We have the Singleton Mirrex here just to kind of give us another potential target for Gleeful Demolition, which I like. I don't think that this deck can really support more than about 1 Mirrex, so that feels pretty good. Full playset here of Battlefield Forge, Inspiring Vantage, 2 Cavern of Souls, and I kind of agree here. I think I've tried this list with, or a similar list with 3 copies, and it just felt a little bit too much of a stretch on the mana, just because you've got, you know, enough different spells between the cases, the World Leader's Calls, and the Gleeful Demolition that you really want to have like good access to mana. So only running 2 copies kind of makes sense. And then you've got 2 copies of Sokenzen, 2 copies of Iganjo, and then some basics, which I think is a pretty good decision here. I think that it's potential you could be a little bit more greedy and maybe run like 3 ofs for the Iganjo and Sokenzen, and I think you could probably get away with it, but I can see them being conservative here. So all that said, let's go ahead and jump in and start grinding ladder a little bit. And this is going to be sort of like my first game here in the new season after the reset. I took a little bit of time off, so didn't have a chance to kind of plow through ranked ladder, and was focusing more on kind of standard events, which actually were a lot of fun. So if you guys liked those, let me know, because they were definitely a lot of fun to just try out different standard lists, run through a standard event, see how they do. So I'll probably do like a mix of that and then some more ladder grinding. Opening hand looks great. We have stuff to do. Decent amount of land. No targets yet for Gleeful Demolition. But I mean, you know, with 9 copies of different targets in the deck, it feels pretty good. And I guess we can just lead out here with a naked Case of the Gateway Express, just because we're up against control. Doesn't really matter. Not going to have too many targets. Unfortunately, this is probably going to get countered. Really want to get World Leader's Call down, but it is a little bit dangerous. I think maybe the better move here is to try to push for the Evangelist, and then we can potentially go into like Knight Errant. Again, World Leader's Call is a really good threat against this type of deck, so I'm going to try to see if I can sneak it past Counter Magic. Yeah, and they're definitely going to have counters for days here, unfortunately. I think we just want to play some land out here instead of trying to hold the Sokenzen. Unfortunately, I don't really have much to do, so I'm just going to try for the World Leader's Call. It's probably going to get countered, but gives us something to do. It's better than just doing nothing. Yeah, and they did have the counter there, but at least they're not going to get extra value off 3 steps ahead, so that's at least a win. Yeah, this is a really bad draw. I think we just need the Imidanes here just to kind of set up Knight Errant potentially. And I guess we could have just played that and held it back, potentially, to set up Knight Errant for next turn. So, you know, there's a reasonable chance that they had Emperor there. So maybe just playing it and then not attacking would have been the move. This game is definitely not going well. And this is certainly a matchup where, you know, having that extra Cavern of Souls really could shine. They have the Field of Ruin ready for it, but it is nice to have it in this particular match.
Show them how
And I feel like our start here was just a little bit too anemic. We're probably just done at this point. We'll try to give it a little bit of a push here, but most likely it's pretty much just over. Yeah, not really interested in using Gleeful Demolition on their clue tokens, especially since they can just sack it in response. And with the opponent having Deluge set up with a full hand and one Ramper in play, this is looking pretty grim.
Remember your training.
See if this walks into a counter. I mean, at least at this point we can play around No More Lies. So they would need to have another 3 steps ahead to counter it. I guess they could Tidebinder, that works. Again, not really interested in Gleeful Demolitioning their clue token. I think it can do a little better. Yeah, and I think we're basically just done at this point. We're just going to pack it in. So not a great start, unfortunately, but I think the deck hopefully will do a little better in maybe some of the other matchups, or just maybe have a better draw against control. Okay, this hand looks pretty good. Up against mono red. Okay. I am a little bit worried about the lack of Lunarch veterans, but we'll see what we can do. Typically we'll lead out here with Inspector over Epicure given a choice, just for the extra point of toughness. Okay, and this does look like it could be one of like the pump varieties, maybe Gruul Prowess. All right, let's just go for Warden. Okay, don't need that. They almost certainly have something like Monstrous Rage. So I think probably our best bet here is to double block the Scamp. Like, we lose our Warden, which is unfortunate, but we're not winning this race. If they have the +2/+2, it's super unfortunate. But I think there's like a more likely chance we're up against like Monstrous Rage. Yeah. Okay, now let's just try to get back into it here. Pop a clue token. And see if we can start making some 2/2s. Here we just want to hold, see if we can double block. Most likely if they have some sort of pump, they're going to use that, but I think we need to force it at this point, being down to 6. Hopefully they can't also give it trample. Very surprised on no attacks there. Now I'm kind of tempted to just go for like the recruiter play. I think we hold back maybe like a 1/1. I guess we could hold back recruiter. Yeah, that's actually probably fine. Wonder if we should held back like maybe a second blocker here. All right, I guess that'll work. And this should be lethal. All right. Yeah, so I think that one is all about like respecting the Cacophony Scamp. Like, you pretty much just always have to respect it. Well, I hope everybody's having a great summer so far. It's just been super beautiful, just really nice to get out and bike and do some rock climbing and just, yeah, go out and enjoy nature. So I've been taking some time doing that. So, but it's good getting back into the game. Okay, opening hand looks great. Yeah, we've got nice turn 1 Epicure into Gleeful Demolition. Yeah, I think we just want a Demolition here. Guess let's attack first. Now we can just Epicure plus Case, which feels pretty good. Could also War Leader's Call, but this is fine. I think getting Case down is really nice. And we can flip it this turn, which feels pretty good. That should be pretty hard to come back from. They're going to need, like, End the Festivities here. Yeah, that's not going to do it. So they burn out the Recruiter, they dropped 2. I guess they could have like 2 pieces of removal here. But even still. Yeah, Phoenix Chick's not going to do it. And there we go. All right, thanks guys for watching. I just wanted to get like a quick video up, so I really appreciate it. Take a quick look at the stats. All right, so yeah, we just played 3 quick games. Currently 2-1, 67% win rate. So yeah, it matches up with what we expect there. But it does seem like a fun build, really straightforward. Control matchups it should be better against with this list, with the inclusion of War Leader's Call, and you don't really need the extra life gain. So hopefully those go better in the future. I think we just had a really bad draw against that specific blue-white control, and just kind of our hands sort of petered out. But at any rate, we will see you in the next one, and thank you guys so much again for watching and supporting. You guys are awesome. I appreciate you.